All right, lock in. Because morality, beliefs, right and wrong, they don't start where you think they do. They don't come from logic. They don't come from facts. They come from identity. See, before you ever asked, is this right? You already decided, who am I? And once that answer sets in, everything else falls in line like soldiers. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't believe things because they're true. They believe them because those beliefs protect who they think they are. And the moment a belief threatens the identity, logic gets escorted out the room. That's why two people can see the same situation, hear the same facts, and walk away with opposite moral conclusions. Not because one is evil and the other is good, but because they're defending different versions of themselves. Identity is the silent director. It whispers, people like us don't do that. That's not how we were raised. That ain't who I am. And just like that, your moral compass locks in place. No debate, no pause. Here's the thriller part. Once identity fuses with belief, disagreement feels like attack. Not on your ideas, on you. That's why conversations escalate so fast. That's why people get emotional over opinions. They're not arguing truth, they're defending identity. Now let's talk advantages, because yeah, identity ain't all bad. When identity shapes morality in a healthy way, it gives people consistency. It creates community. It anchors behavior when temptation shows up. It helps people stand for something when pressure hits. Identity can keep you solid. It can stop you from folding when the room gets loud. But here's the downside. Identity can turn morals into blind spots. When beliefs become untouchable, growth gets blocked. When who I am becomes more important than what's right, correction feels like betrayal. That's when people double down instead of leveling up. That's when loyalty beats truth. That's when harm gets justified for the cause. And the scariest part? People don't even realize it's happening. They think they're principled. Old time, they're just consistent. Identity-based morality doesn't ask, is this right? It asks, does this match my team? And if it does, approval granted. So how do you shape this thing without losing yourself? Here's the move. You separate identity from evaluation. You don't throw your values away, you just stop worshiping them. Start asking dangerous questions. What belief do I defend the hardest? What would I struggle to admit I'm wrong about? Who do I stop listening to immediately? Those answers reveal where identity is doing the thinking for you. Next step, build an identity that includes revision. An identity that says, I stand for growth. I respect evidence. I'm not threatened by being wrong. That's not weakness, that's power with flexibility. Because the strongest moral systems aren't rigid. They're alive. They adjust, they refine, they self-correct. Here's the final truth. Identity will always shape morality. That part is unavoidable. But you get to decide whether identity is a foundation or a prison. One lets you stand tall. The other won't let you move. Choose wisely, because the moment you stop protecting who you were, you finally make room for who you could be.